Hello, everyone. Welcome to Off the Charts, episode 72. Before we start, if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. Thank you again for the amazing subscriptions this past week. Apologize, I look like I'm friggin' tired. Well, I am a little tired there, but my face is all red. As like I went to play golf on Saturday, and boy, was it hot that day. But a good time nonetheless. So anyway, today's episode, a little lazy episode, I guess, from my standards here. But again, in a way, not. I'm just curious. So I'll be talking about some greatest hits that I bought, and I'm actually curious. Should I be getting the whole collection? I mean, in the '80s. I bought a lot of greatest hits from hair metal bands, and I love them so much that I went and got the whole collection. You know, Metalworks, Judas Priest, went and got the whole Rat and Roll, went and got all the Rats. Anyway, that's just an example there. But these greatest hits that I only have the greatest hits. So some of them I'm really not planning on getting the discography, but some I'm curious to see if it's actually worth it. So now I'll ask the question there. So before we start, Grand Marnier is back. All right, let's start it off here. ZZ Top. The discography is actually pretty big. I find that this greatest hits is not as complete as I would like it to be. Still very good greatest hits. Should I be getting some more ZZ Top? I'd like to, yeah. Eventually get the whole discography of ZZ Top. I think that they're worth it. But this one's probably in the maybes right here. This one I bought. I find Tom Petty greatest hits. I feel that this is enough. I like Tom Petty. I don't love him. I find that this greatest hits, and it's actually Tom Petty's solo with. Is there even? No, I don't think so. I was wondering if there was a Traveling Wilburys on this here. I don't think there is, but it's like Tom Petty solo and also Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. I don't feel I need to get more from this. This one actually satisfies my needs here, so you let me know. Tom Petty and the Heartbreaker greatest hits. This is actually very good. It's a double album, double greatest hits. This one too, I don't think I'll be getting more. Stevie Wonder, I have all his, it's called the number ones, so pretty much all his greatest hits. Not sure if it's worth getting his whole discography for this year. I'm very happy with just the greatest hits for this, but very good one here too. This one too, I'm not even sure how many albums they have, but all the best from Prism. To me, this is satisfying enough right here. When the songs are good, they're very good there. Is the rest actually very good? I'm not sure. But Prism, all the best from Prism. I'm very happy with this greatest hits right here. My friend Pascal's been buying her albums all week or last week, so I'm like, yeah, I have a greatest hits of Pat Benatar. Actually, very good greatest hits. It's got all the hit songs on this here. Do I want Pat Benatar, the whole discography? I'm not sure. But I like this one here a lot. Very satisfying here as a greatest hits. Never thought I'd be talking about this person or this artist on my channel, but she passed away last week. Olivia Newton-John's greatest hits part 2. Is part 1 actually is worth it? Like, I'm looking at these hits, and these ones I knew pretty much every song, but she's got a part 1 from the 70s. Actually, here's a nice little. There you go. Very beautiful lady. Rest in peace. Is part 1 greatest hits worth getting? This was a risk I took, and actually enjoyed it pretty much here. So Olivia Newton-John's greatest hits, Volume 2. Let me know. This is like considered one of the better greatest hits out there. I don't think I'm planning on getting the rest of his discography. Steve Miller Band, greatest hits 1974-78. The only song that I know that's not on this that came after is Abracadabra, and apparently that's not the good. I even though I like the song Abracadabra, apparently that's that era of Steve Miller is like to avoid. I don't know, but anyway, this one here is a greatest hits there. So greatest hits 1974-78 Steve Miller Band. Every song on here is a friggin' hit. Like you're like, oh, I know that. I know that. Another one here that this one I may eventually get the whole collection, but as a greatest hits go, it's great. I've heard other songs from this band that are not on this greatest hits, which I actually liked a lot too. So I'm like, Nazareth greatest hits. I mean, this one has it all, but there's some other songs that. So this one I'm actually curious. Should I be getting the rest or some more Nazareth discography? Because this greatest hits also is considered out there to be one of the better greatest hits out there. You let me know. You'll probably laugh at this one here. Okay, first of all, another cheers here. I actually got the greatest hits because of the cover. The Kinks. Does that ring a bell? This font here? I was like, wow. I saw this on another channel. I think it was the Contrarians. And the guy had this. I'm like, oh my God, I need to have that greatest hits. The Kinks. I mean, you really got me in All of the Day and All of the Night. But there's a few other songs that I knew. After listening to this, I definitely won't be getting the Kinks discography there. I realized I knew maybe 3, maybe 4 songs out of like 20. There's like 20 songs on this here. So the Kinks 20 Golden Greats. Honestly, I bought it for the cover, guys. That's I'm laughing. This is great. So this was given to me. Not my style of music usually, but this is a really strong greatest hits. I don't foresee myself getting any more. Casey and the Sunshine Band. The hit singles, pretty much. It's got all the hit singles that from Casey and the Sunshine Band. I don't think I'll be getting anything else from these guys. But as greatest hits, this is great. This one I got a greatest hits, and I think I should be getting, maybe not all her discography, but I should be getting a couple of more albums here. So I'm talking about Joan Jett, The Hit List. This is like a greatest hits of, it's a cover album. Actually, you know what? This is not even a greatest hits. Why is this even here? This is all a covers album here. Next. My bad. This one I'm really not planning on getting any other albums. I like, or I should say I love 4 songs from these guys. The rest on the greatest hits is just okay there. Harlequin, it's called Radio Romances. But it is a greatest hits. This one I made sure it is a greatest hits. Harlequin, another Canadian band. I have the 4 songs I need. I really don't think I should be getting any more of this band here, but anyway, you let me know. Harlequin. Really am not planning to get on these guys' discography. This one is actually very good greatest hits. CCR 20. Best 20 it's called. It's got 20 songs, so 10 songs per side here. It's just one album there, is it? Yeah, just one album here. But yeah, CCR, I'm not planning on getting their discography here. This greatest hits is actually very good and has pretty much all I need here on this here. I was told, and it's a pretty short discography, this band here. I do enjoy this one, but I was told that the rest of the albums are actually very good too. The Best of Blondie, which is actually a very good greatest hits. Should I be getting any more Blondie? This, I was told, you should have got that, Dan. You should have gotten that so-and-so studio album. So I'm like, well, I got the greatest hits now, so Should I be getting more? The Best of Blondie. I liked it. This one's good. Not planning on getting any more from this guy here, although the great... Lots of greatest hits there. Billy Joel, Greatest Hits Volume 1 and 2. Took me a while to find this one here, but this was actually worthwhile. 2 albums, so Greatest Hits 1 and then 2, I guess, put together on one thing here. I don't know much about his music except for the hits, so honestly, this satisfies my needs right here. I don't think I'll be getting any more from this guy here, but Billy Joel, Greatest Hits Volume 1 and 2, very good. All right, this one's a twofer. I'm not... Everybody knows his band. I'm not familiar with all their albums. Like I said, like there's some that I saw, but anyway. These guys here, very, very, very good greatest hits here. Beatles, their early days, and then their later days right here. I play this quite often. Not really planning on, like, how many albums does the Beatles have anyway? I honestly didn't even check there, to be honest there. That they have that much. Is it worth... no, I'm not going to say is it worth it. Is it worth it because is there a lot? Like, I don't know much about the Beatles' discography, to be honest there. But I do like the Beatles a lot. Like, I find this is one of those better bands out there that are worth the hype. So, but these greatest hits, very good. Very good. And last one. I wouldn't be planning on buying anything else from these guys. I think this is satisfactory enough here. The Best of BTO so far. Well, anyway, I'm not even sure if there's a part 2 to this here, because so far, like, to me, this all has all the hits that you need there. But again, just looking is like, are the deep cuts from these... Anyway, BTO, the Best of BTO, Backman, Turner, Overdrive, the Best of BTO so far. So what I'm asking here is like, well, here's another example. I had a greatest hits of Blue Oyster Cult on CD. Forever. Like at least 10 years, if not more. I listened to it and I was like, yeah, it's good. But then I went and bought the whole discography last summer and I was like, wow, their whole discography is that good too. That's kind of what I'm looking for here. Like, some of these greatest hits, I find they're satisfactory enough that I probably won't even bother getting more. But I'm asking you, my friends, of the list that I got there, should I be getting the rest of the discography or not even bother? Anyway, I know this was like a cheap episode here, but it's the long weekend. This is the last day of a long weekend. I've done fuck all week except go play golf. So when I was like, oh shit, I gotta go tape an episode for Tuesday morning. So I'm like, okay, gotta go do that now. So I'm like, let's talk about greatest hits there. So anyway, on that note, hopefully this episode wasn't too boring for you guys. I'll have something much better planned this Friday morning here. So on that note, have yourselves a great whatever. Again, if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe and tell your friends. And we shall see you. There you go. We shall see you next episode. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.